So hello guys, welcome back to Gettobyte Technologies and your journey to be skilled engineer and not just graduated one. So in this video, we are going to uncover one of the automotive valuation boards of NXP Semiconductors S32K344 EVB board, which is being quietly used in the industry by the working professionals, OEM and the tier 1 R&D companies, or even the tech hobbyists and the students can try to use this board for building their industrial based automotive applications. So when at first see the board, it might seem quite populated as it has number of SMD components, number of semiconductor ICs, and number of headers and the jumper headers and testing points. But the board is not so complicated as we will tend to use for making the different DIV projects with this board. In the center of the board, it has the S32K344 MCU, which is of 172 pin package size, and all the pins of this MCU are being exposed out via the male to female header pins, which are adjacent to it. So, is to connect the external sensors, modules, and communicate with the outside world. There are two main highlights of this board. The first one is the presence and is the enablement of different automotive communication protocols. So, the board in and itself has automotive Ethernet, single channel CAN, and the dual channel LAN. And the best part is that the board houses the communication transceiver ICs for all these three communication protocols. So it has TGA1103 for the Ethernet enablement, and one can connect, and this automotive Ethernet is of 2 pin, and one can connect the automotive Ethernet, this connector, with Ethernet media converters. Then those Ethernet media converters can be connected with our PC via RJ45 connectors. And the coming to the CAN and LAN, so these are the dual LAN, and this is the single channel CAN. And on the back of the board, if we will see, so it is quite populated, and on the back of the board are the transceiver ICs for the LAN and for the CAN. So for the CAN, it is TGA1043, and for the LAN, it is the TGA1021. And apart from these automotive features and the automotive communication protocols presence, the board also has an onboard debugger, which is based on PA Micro, built on the OpenSDA 2.2 circuit for onboard debugging and programming of the K344 MCU. And it has this USB Android cable for connecting and simple plug and play. Apart from the onboard debugger, the board also houses the external debugger connectors, 20 pin debug connector, and the 10 pin debug connector for connecting the external debuggers like of P Micro, J-Link, or Lauterbach for more advanced and the debugging for this MCU. And the major difference between this onboard and the external debuggers is just the feature integration. The rest, all the basic things and the enablement things can be done with the onboard debugger also. Now coming to the power section, this is the second highlight of the board. Coming to the power section, the board has a 12-volt power jack for powering the board, and it has a slider switch for on and off of the board, even if the power jack is input to the board or not. But the one of the another interesting feature is the availability of the functional safety system based chip FS26, which helps this MCU for the power management, communication transceivers. This FS26 has additional communication transceiver ICs of CAN and LAN inbuilt on this IC, and the safety and the other power management and watchdog timer features. We will get and dwell into this system basis chip and its working with our MCU, with our K344 MCU, in upcoming and in the separate section of this video. Coming to the last part, the board also houses the number of user interaction switches, interfaces, like it has 3 switches, one RGB LED, one potentiometer, 2 capacitive touchpads for having the basic interface and enablement with this board using the GPIO, ADC, and the timer peripheral. So all in all, the board is quite packed with the automotive features, basic automotive enablement features for a person to get hands-on with, for an companies to get started with their automotive ADAS based, self-driving based, or the features in which there is a use of automotive protocol. And apart from the NXP original evaluation board, there is one more evaluation board on K344 microcontrollers named as Autoboard version 1, which is designed and developed by Gettobyte Technologies, and it has almost all the features which were there in the original evaluation board with CAN, 3 CAN, 1 Ethernet, and 2 LAN interfaces. And these boards also have onboard J-Link debugger for directly debugging and programming via USB cables. There are a lot more features that you can explore from this product page of the Autoboard version 1. And the best thing about this board is that with this board, you will be also able to get the K3 automotive MCU peripherals designated cores to get started hands-on and directly without any dwelling into the much of documentations and community support. So these in this course you will be getting number of onboard peripherals like safety security peripherals, power mode management peripherals, communication peripherals like of Ethernet, I2C, Flex IO. All these will be covered for this specifically learning SLD specified K3 automotive microcontrollers using our automotive evaluation board of the Gettobyte technologies. So these two resources can be very handy for you guys to learn and to get started with your automotive specific journey with the industrial automotive microcontrollers. First of all, let's dwell into the software development kit, and that is our next stage. So now for software installing, we will go to the NXP website, we will go to its products and go to the S32 automotive platform and go to its S32K general purpose microcontroller, as our S32K3 belongs to this family. And then we will go to S32K3. Now over to which under this page, like in this page, you will find a software tools and click onto the our S32 Design Studio IDE. So S32 Design Studio IDE is our main IDE that will be used for programming and debugging this microcontroller, as we have covered in our S32 or overview automotive videos. And in this page, we will go to the download sections and search for the S32 Design Studio 3.5. And once we will search it, so we will just hover it down and we will just locate for the executable file, this Windows/Linux, and click on the download. And before this step, if you guys have not registered, you're like logged in into the NXP website, kindly do it. After which you will see this window and click on the S32 Design Studio 3.5. And in this, if you are a Windows user, so you will install the Windows installer, and after which it will start downloading the Windows exe, and it might take time according to your network speed. And once your software installation is done, so you will see that it will be downloaded in your downloads or in your folder, and then the pop-up window will be coming for permission, and then your software installation will be started. And it might take time. In my guess, I have just 5x the speed of the video for you guys. So now when software ID Design Studio is downloaded, and it will be then asking for a simple installation process. So you'll just keep on clicking next, and it will ask you for the terms and conditions. It will ask you for the directory at which you want to install. So I have already installed the Design Studio 3.5 in my system. So I'm just adding new path and underscore new for you guys, and click on next. In this process, it will be asking you for the license key also. So you will be getting a license key as a email notification over to your mail, and then you just put it down and click on next, and your software installation will be done. And then click on close. And once you close it, so you will go to the file explorer, go to your C directory, and by default it is the location where you must have put, so C directory, and into that NXP folder, and in that the 3.5 new, like I have put my new, like the folder path is 3.5 new, and over that go to the Eclipse folder and go to this Design Studio.exe extension, and then it will be your opening, and this says you have successfully installed your Design Studio. Then it will be asking you for the workspace, which kind of like the location at which your projects you want to open, and then just click on OK, and then your Design Studio will be loading up. So it will just ask you for the permission. It will just load all the software installations which are there in it by default, and then just click onto the enlarge screen. So this is the UI of Design Studio 3.5. Here you can see over here is the menu bar, where having all the options of debugging, different run, program, and all these things. We will go to the help, and in that we will go to the Studio Design Studio extensions and update. And over here one can see all the software installations and the packages that will be installed and that will be needing. The first package that we will be downloading is the one that I have marked right now. In some guys it might be just asking for the update, so just click on that and update on it, click on accept and click on finish. Then it will be installing, and Studio Design Studio tools and package, so it will just install the necessary development packages, and once after successful installation it will ask you for the restart. So this is the first package that we need to install, Studio Design Studio tools package. After that, restart, go again, your Design Studio will be loaded up and open, and then again go to the help. So there are certain software packages that we need to install. You can see all the installed packages into the install tab. So Design Studio Debugger Core and tools package are being successfully installed. Now we will go to the S32K3 development package. So this is the package that is specifically for the K3 family of the microcontrollers. So we'll click onto the K3 development package, and yeah, this one, S32K3 development package, click on it, and then then click on accept, and then just follow the installation process. It will be loading, it will be fetching the files from the server, and it will be now installing the S32K3 development package, a base package for the S32K3 of family of covering all the family microcontrollers K344, K312, K358 and all. And these two steps are mandatory. First one is the development tools package for the design studio, in which our debugger files, JNU GCC compiler files are being done. Then comes the K3 development package, in which K3 S32 K3 specific base files and software files have been downloaded. And then after the restart, it will ask for the restart and click on it. Then again go to the help design studio extension update, and this is now the third package you are going to install of the S32K3 RTD real-time driver files that we'll be using for using the peripherals of the microcontroller. So in that also two packages we have to install, and we have to install all the packages one by one. So first one is this S32K3 AutoSAR 3.0.0 is the version number of the RTD that we are gonna install. We are installing right now. And third step is this one. It is just S32K3 RTD AutoSAR 3.0.0 version, and then click on finish, and then it will be again installing and asking you for the restart, and it will ask you for the accepting the from the server. Just click on it and select all, and then click on accept selected, and then it will be again installing the files, and it will be asking you in the end for the restart of the program for the design studio. So restart, this is the third time we are restarting, and just follow these steps, as these steps are mandatory for successful installation. These steps has to be followed. We will now the last package that we have to install for using the S32K3 RTD files, real-time driver files. So again go to the help design studio extensions and update, and if you will go to the installed, then this time you can see all the installed files, all the installed packages. So you can see subsequently our installed packages are being increasing, and you can also see them. Also now if you go to the file, go to the new, and go to the project from examples. So here we can see the loaded examples of the RTD built in by the NXP, but those are not present right now. For that we have to install one more package, and that package is gonna be, again we will go to the available and update, or in that S32K3XX RTD. This is not this one, this is 4.0.0 version. We are using 3.0.0. So yeah, this is we have installed, and we will be needing S32K3. Yeah, this one K3 RTD to 3.0, K3XS RTD 3.0.0. So now using this, we will be getting all the demo examples also into our base file, into our design studio integrated. So then just click on finish, next, and just follow the normal process, and then click on finish, and again it will be installing the files. It might come up pop up, and okay, not so, just restart the PC and the design studio, and if you will restart it, so you will get now this time all the demo examples are also visible. Okay, like in the video you might have not seen that I have restarted the design studio, but it is restarted just the video. So yeah, and in that you can see all the peripherals. So in that we have ported the port example for the K344, and this port example we will be now building it. So for that we have opened the .mx file of this project, which you can see on the project explorer, and then onto this .mx file you can see all the GUI configurations. So we will just update the code with our latest. I'm just quickly wrapping up on how to build a project. So once you build the project, you will see that all your RTD files, board files will be also included, and then click on project and then building the project. So your project will start building, and it is being built with 0 error, 0 warnings. Now, as a next step to start your journey with this automotive microcontroller of NXP S32K3 series, we'll highly request to enroll onto this course, in which we will be dwelling into how to use this microcontrollers, how to use its peripherals, software debugging, hardware debugging with respect to the peripherals of it, and many more things will be covered. So this course is right now free, and some of the modules are uploaded, but many more modules are gonna be uploaded, and those will be coming in upcoming weeks. And as and when more content will be delivered onto this course, the course prices, the code is going to be changed to the paid mode. So enroll it now before you miss your chance. So I hope you liked the video and got something new to learn today. For any specifications and requirements related to automotive technologies and inquiries related to functional safety, cryptography, AutoSAR MCAN layer, or automotive applications, reach out to us and start your journey to be skilled engineer, not just graduated one.